I don't know what he has for us. I know that he is in full ministry with me, and I believe that God has an anointing on him. I think his oratory skills are anointed. And when I heard him, the Lord said, ask him to come. And before I could ask him, he came to me and said, when do you want me to come? I said, oh my God. So that's another way that God showed me that he loves me and that he's hearing our cries, our voices, our prayers. And so without further ado, I want to introduce you to this man of God, Minister Antoine Goldsmith.
God bless everybody. Thank you, Minister, for inviting me. You know, she's been speaking some very powerful words into my life, and I told her, oh, I should have known you were a prophet. Amen, amen. I received that. Well, she asked me to come and do a couple of poems for you. I do poetry, you know, spiritually uplifting poetry. She heard a piece of one, and she's like, oh my God, my ladies have to hear that. You know, so I'm here to share that with you. And in the process of that, last night while I was studying, and God gave me just a word or two just for you ladies I'd like to share with you. From coming out of the book of Colossians, chapter 3, from 18 to 21, just pretty much speaking like in verse 18, that wives are told to submit to their husbands as is fitting in the Lord. But this doesn't require her to submit to his sin. Amen? Amen. In verse 19, it goes on to tell the husbands to love your wives and to not be harsh with them, nor to embitter your children. In verse 21, it describes the responsibility of the husband and the father to treat his wife and children in loving ways without any forms of abuse. That means physical, verbal, albeit psychological. Amen? Amen. Okay, it goes on. I went to 1 Peter, and God gave me 3, from 1 through 7, and it says that how a wife treats her husband could possibly lead him to Christ, even if he isn't a believer. So if that man, if he isn't saved, and you saved and you walking in the right principles, you can have that. God can change that man's heart and his ways. Amen. The reference of Sarah calling Abraham master, it came from Genesis 18 and 12. However, because I know nowadays people like master, you know, women got a problem with that. But the original Hebrew used there, it can also be translated as husband. Amen. Here, wives are also instructed to do what is right and to not give way to fear. This indicates wives do not have to submit to abuse because abuse is wrong. It is sin. Amen. Amen. Abuse causes fear. And wives do not have to give in to fear nor to tolerate abuse. Husbands are told to be considerate and respectful toward their wives so that nothing will hinder their prayers. Yes. Which is consistent with the Old Testament references that God doesn't listen to nor answer the prayers of the abusive and the violent. Amen. So if you praying and that man praying for whatever, God ain't even trying to hear you. One final note on this passage from verse 7. And my pastor even spoke about it today earlier, amen, about the weaker partner as far as in women. But in the Greek, it refers to the physical strength. And in no way does it imply that women are weak-minded or incapable of self-determination and need a man to dominate and control them. Amen. In Christ, this is in Christ, amen, wives and husbands are equal heirs of the gracious gift of life. Amen. Amen. And so I just want to share a couple poems with you that I wrote a few years ago. This first one I wrote, I myself was going through some hard times in my life. I've been in and out of church. My marriage had failed. And I'm like, you know, the enemy was trying to get me just to give up. And God gave me this. It's called Today.
Come on now, be free. Let's be free.
Amen. Today. Today brings about new chances, new hopes, new things. Today can also bring bad choices, broken voices, and shattered dreams. What we don't understand can break a man. What we think we know can inflate one's egos. It is when trials and tribulations touches your life that one begins to realize the fight about surviving just for that day.
trying to cope with life and still pray, not knowing or understanding that today the Lord was planning to break and take the enemy standing in our lives just at this day. When we want to give up and throw in the towel, feeling hopeless and defeated, abandoned and foul, saying today that was it. I'm at the end of my rope while God's quietly whispering, my child, you can't cope. Don't give in to the devil's heat, because today through me, you already defeated every obstacle, every hurt, every single pain. Stand fast and believe, and it shall not be in vain. For today and every day I've given you this: love, hope, and faith, which equals happiness today.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, well, I hope men of God may agree with me. Some men, they'll be in their pride still, they don't like to, but God gave me this a few years ago, and I used to teach men's ministry at my old church, and come to find out, when it comes to relationships, it's as strong and as tough as men try to perceive, you know, they really aren't. They're afraid a lot of times because they don't know who they are. You know, and that carries on into their relationships. Amen?
Amen.
Well, this one, I believe that God gave me, and this is what a lot of men would say if they could. It's called If She Only Knew My Love. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, it is only noise. If I gave away all my goods to feed the poor, but have not love, it profits me nothing for sure. If she only knew that love never envies, does not seek its own, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. If she only knew that love never fails, but I can. When I want to say yes but end up saying no, the truth of the matter is my double-mindedness must go. Wanting to be this big, strong man, yet afraid to surrender to the Father's master plan. Unable to speak about my deep inner truths. Wondering within if she knew what would she do. Knowing that I've been the abuser and the abused, the oppressed and the oppressor. Calculating meticulously which one could be the lesser. The lesser of two evils, making me do wrong when I want to do right. The pain I feel angrily walking out the door, when in reality I don't want to fight. Many a times telling her things like, honey, you'll be my wife. Then turning away and going astray because of the burdens of this world called life. If she only knew that the tears from my eyes when I tell big fat lies makes me feel the lowest of lows. That's why when she's swinging her arms, I do her no harm, taking blow after blow after blow. If she only knew when she's holding me close to her bosom at night, sometimes I just want to cry, saying, baby, I love you, I'll put no one above you, but please help me, I don't want to die. Lost and confused, alone and unloved, for this is a nightmare scene. I want to hold and be held by the woman I feel, as Adam, I'm sure, held Eve. What I'm really trying to say is, please pray as I surrender my will to God's light. Please forgive all my sins, for you are my best friend, for here and the afterlife. Now she knows. Amen.
Amen.